Welcome, everyone. We are excited to be back for another episode of LinkedIn Live. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Everyone hopefully has a drink here. So super exciting to hop on with a few of our folks today. We have a few exciting topics to go over, and we wanted to have our OEM team on because we have some exciting announcements. So we'll go over some of that stuff. Also, we have some preview stuff of our squad is going to be out at Digital Dealer next week, which is going to be exciting. We have a few panels that we're going to be on and everything. But before we get to that, let's pass it over to our awesome OEM team. And I think there was some news today that Subaru had a few announcements in terms of updating their program, and we'll let you guys chat about that a little bit. What do we have going on?
Cool. Roma, why don't you give us the specifics on our relationship with Subaru now?
Sure thing. So first of all, let me just introduce myself to those that don't know us. Hi, I'm Roma Varyani. I'm from Barcelona, Spain, moved to America about 12 years ago with the Fullpath family for over 2 years now. And I am the OEM, Director of OEM Strategic Partnerships. And Mike, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so I'm Mike DeCecco. Been in automotive for, geez, it feels like forever. Was one of the first people at dealer.com and kind of worked my way through the entire industry. And yeah, I joined the company about 4.5 months ago, so I'm relatively new here at Full Path, but it feels like 12 years, right? Isn't that how it works over here? We get like 1 month is like the equivalent of a year in Full
Yeah.
Path. It's like we're like dogs, right? We're aging 1 month for every, or 1 year for every month we work here.
Our
Yeah.
skin still looks good though. That's good.
Right? Yes, yes. We're
Yeah.
not physically aging.
Yeah.
That's right.
Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So
And then
And you
Subaru.
guys, yeah. You guys know me. I'm just the guy that's been around here. You see me pop up on social and stuff. So I'm sure people are sick of hearing from me. But back to you guys. What do we have on the good news on Subaru?
Yeah, absolutely. So, team, we're super proud and super happy to announce our partnership with Subaru's Certified Search program. Our digital advertising will be part of this search certification, and it is SAF
Oh, looks like Roma froze a
eligible.
little bit.
Oh no, Roma froze. All right, well I'll cover it
Oh,
if she's frozen.
am I
So
here?
our advertising platform is covered, or advertising is covered under the Subaru ad funds. So SAF funds, really exciting. What's really neat about working with Subaru is that we have a really tight integration with a company called Invoca that many Subaru dealers don't even realize they have. Only about 30% of Subaru dealers have actually logged into the Invoca portal, which is a call tracking company that Subaru has contracted with for all phone calls connecting tier 1 through tier 3. So what's really cool about that is that what we're doing at Fullpath as part of the program is integrating call transcription data into advertising. So I want you to think about what this means. So let's imagine that customer submits a lead on a Forester, right? And they go through the process and then they call the dealership and they talk to their salesperson. Now we're going to get a copy of that call transcription. And let's say that during that conversation, the salesperson realizes, hey, you said you've got 3 kids. You really should be thinking about an Ascent because it has a third row, right? So a customer can come in on one car, a conversation can occur, and then they've been switched to a totally different car. Now, if your advertising isn't connected with your call services, then you will continue to spend money to send advertising to that person about a car that they are not going to buy, right? So what we do is in real time, when we get that call transcription data, we will actually recognize that that conversation through Invoca was about an Ascent and that customer was directed to another vehicle. And we will automatically change the targeting and ad copy for the advertising based on what occurred on a telephone call. And guys, nobody is doing this. Like, this is like probably one of the coolest things that's happened in automotive in like 3 years, right? Because it's so funny. Everybody talks about phone calls, phone calls, phone calls, and most of the interactions that occur with a dealership are over the phone. Why are we finally just getting to the point now where we're leveraging that data in advertising? I don't know, but it's here and we're pumped about it because it's one of those, it seems so obvious when you peel back the onion that we should absolutely be using call data in ad targeting. So super cool stuff. Like I'm
And
pumped
why?
about it. I'm
And if you look at just like advertising, if you look at websites, I mean, a lot of us come from a website background. I mean, you have a vastly higher phone call ratio than you do form submissions, right? And that's
That's
just
right. Yeah.
inherently because, people don't want to give their information to be followed up with, and phone calls and all that other stuff. But the really cool thing is that now we can actually do, with this partnership that goes into our CDP, or CDXP, I should say, is that now we can inject that call data, which is super, super powerful, which gives you the ability to be that much more hyper targeted in terms of A, what we're sending to people, and then B, what we're actually, targeting customers with, whether it's service. I know, Mike, you and I were chatting
yeah.
about, if someone's coming in for service and we know that they made a phone call to book their service appointment, then you can suppress those ads going to those people for service and all that other stuff. So it's super, super powerful. It's really unique. And I don't think, I think we have to do a little bit of education on the power of it and why it is out there, because it's in, historically on that side, it's been a little bit different on the advertising side where you can get the transcriptions and all that stuff. But now when you integrate that into advertising, not just both on digital advertising, but then on drip email and all that stuff, it's very, very powerful in terms of out there. So it's really cool, and we're super excited to work with our partners over at Invoca. So it's really, really exciting on that front.
For sure. For sure. And
Absolutely.
we
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead, Roma.
No, 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 you go.
Well, I was just going to make a dumb comment about how we're really psyched to work with Subaru because I'm based out of Vermont and like every other car on the road is a Subaru. So it only makes sense that we're finally working with Subaru at Fullpath.
That's right. That's right. We're super pumped about the partnership. I think that's going to be amazing for all of us. We do have a couple of webinars also lined up with the Subaru team to sort of emphasize, what Full Path does, how we can support our Full Path, how we can support our Subaru retailers across the board. So our webinars are on November 2nd and November 10th, hosted by the Subaru teams. And of course, us three actually will be on that webinar presenting to the retailer body.
Yeah,
Very
it's going to
cool.
be neat because we've done some amazing stuff for our Subaru stores already. What's cool about being part of this program is that we had already had a whole bunch of Subaru dealers that were like forward thinking and ahead of the curve and were willing to work with us even though they weren't getting reimbursed for SAF funds. So that was a kind of a big piece of how we were able to kind of accelerate our growth within Subaru and get the certification done because we already could see that some of the most progressive Subaru dealers were buying into the concept of a CDP and having all of those data sources connected into one spot to make sense of all the advertising. And I mean, I know I'm dorking out on this call tracking thing, but like very rarely in automotive do you see like true innovation that is like something that really has not been done before. I think that if I would venture a guess that this integration using call transcription data is really new even outside of automotive. Like how in automotive we're always like 10 years behind everything. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
ad suppression, like Google was talking about that 10 years ago, right? And we're just talking about it now. Like that's generally how automotive works. But I think this is one of the rare instances where we might actually be doing something ahead of the every other vertical, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I mean
Yeah, and then
that's
let's.
super exciting. I think if you look at, cheers to the team over there, and obviously Subaru, who's always been, very innovative. I think, Mike, when you and I go back to our days when we were a little bit younger back at
Yes, less
dealer.com,
gray.
in order, I think when DDC got the business, they pulled all the Subarus out front. It was like half of the parking lot to help win the business. But Subaru's always been a really innovative brand, thinking ahead in terms of trying to work with their dealers. And also, a lot of the Subaru dealers are really, that they spend, a decent amount of money, and they're really forward thinking when it comes to digital. So, great partnership, and I think it's going to be, really exciting out there. And I know, Roma, you've been working with, some of the people over there on the brand side. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on the partnership and, moving forward on that front?
Yeah, I think so. First of all, we're so blessed to be situated and positioned in the industry as strong as we are. Fullpath is a relatively new name. We obviously rebranded from Auto Lead Star. And not just that, but our brand sort of continues to evolve and grow. And it's just so powerful and impactful to see that, 2 years ago, we were talking about CDXP and no one knew what we were talking about. And now, everyone's, part of the strategy for, 2024 is, what is your CDXP strategy or CDP strategy? And we're right there, So it's, first of all, it's wonderful to see that. But also, in terms of the Subaru brand, what's really cool about being certified in the search program specifically is the fact that there's a lot of alignment between tiers, right? So your tier one keywords and strategies is synced to the tier two, synced through the tier three.
Totally.
And all of that is just so much more effective for our Subaru retailers, right? So just thinking about all the synergies, all the money saved, but also all the alignment that goes through. So working with our brand partners, this is just such a powerful way of just keeping your CPL in check, but also with the Fullpath technology and all about automation, where we don't really charge a media fee, right? We charge a flat fee basis with this, which is all to do with technology, right? So we don't pump up our prices, we don't have manual labor going on. So we're actually able to keep our costs really low. And we offer a flat fee technology fee to our Subaru retailers, which I think is very impactful as well, in terms of keeping your ROI in check, right? So maximizing your ROI and really leveraging AI technology to keep your costs low and keep your costs up to speed and things like that. So I think that that is really powerful.
So we have, it's really exciting, and we'll be sending out information for anyone that's on here, and or if you haven't received an email from us for our, the Subaru dealers, you can go to our website at Fullpath, and we have the information there under our certified OEM programs. We'll also be doing a webinar with the Subaru team. I believe it's first week of November. So if you want to hop on and see kind of what our approach is, take a little bit of a different approach in terms of digital advertising, like Roma mentioned, leveraging data signals and automation to actually optimize campaigns versus manual campaigns. Also, if you are going to be at Digital Dealer, come stop by our booth, and maybe you can play myself or Mike DeCecco in a round of blackjack, and we'll see who wins. Maybe we can put up some bets out there to make it a little bit more enticing. I will be speaking on Wednesday with one of our great partners, Ashley from Demontron. We'll be talking about the similarities between baseball and CDPs, and being very analytical, looking at customer data, marketing actions, and things of that nature. I will also be on a panel with the wonderful April Simmons from the Horn Automotive Group, and a few other great partners. I think myself, Aaron Sheeks from Pure Cars, and we will be sitting at a table for CDP. It's a really cool session that they put on that's talking about if you're new into auto. They break everything down from ChatGPT, from GA4, SEO, CDPs, and it's just more of a non-intrusive, very laid back, come to the table, have conversations with industry experts. So really looking forward to that. And also all of our great partners that will be there. So it's going to be fun to catch up with everyone next week.
Well, we do
This
look
happened the
forward to
last time
seeing
too.
you at DD.
Oh, now he's back. Colorado apparently has an unstable internet connection. The wires are going over there.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah, no,
awesome.
we're excited. I mean, I think if you're a Subaru dealer and you're watching this, these three dorks right here can help you really kick some butt in 24 because we're doing some really cool stuff. We can't wait to work with you. What else do we have to say? Go see Mike talk. He's really good at it. And then sign up. Go to our website. Sign up for the new Subaru SAF program and start using all that call tracking data in your advertising. Come on now, people. What are you doing?
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks everyone for hopping on, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more of us later. And if you're at Digital Dealer next week, come stop by, say hello, and you guys will be hearing from us on some other really exciting announcements here coming up in the next couple months as well. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys out in Vegas.
Thank you, Subaru brand and Subaru partners as well for certifying us and all the process in between. We look forward to the growth of our partnership together. So thank you so much.
Bye, guys. See you next time.